The summit's come to the conclusion that this is down to cyclical warming of the Atlantic Ocean. Is that something you'd agree with?
I would certainly agree with it. I might also say that there's perhaps another influence as well, which I think is the Arctic ice, or rather the lack of it, because that's weakening the jet stream and making it even more unpredictable.
So global warming as well?
That's global warming as well, yes.
OK. It has... What does it mean, basically, then? Because we saw that lady in Catherine's report suggesting that we're going from a four-season country to a two-season. Spring has effectively disappeared. Would you agree with that?
Well, we don't really know what's going to happen, but we certainly know that global warming is going to cause problems, because global warming, climate change, there's more moisture in the atmosphere, there's more energy in the atmosphere, and that means to say you get more violent weather. So that's why we've been suffering more floods in the recent years, why Central Europe's had terrific floods a few weeks ago. India has them now. The tornadoes in America, they're all due to that extra energy and extra moisture that global warming is putting into.
For example, the Jubilee in June last year, it's incredibly frustrating if nothing else, isn't it? You're planning a lot, but also there are very devastating consequences when you have very bad flooding as well.
Exactly, that was terrible, but these things come and go, hopefully, but we will get some reasonable weather as part of the change, part of the cycle. Bad, good, we hope. So
the ray of light, or the ray of sunshine, is that it's cyclical. So what's that? 5 years' time or 20 years' time? How long are we going to wait for a good summer?
Well, I don't think we're going to get one this year, unfortunately. So we're going to have to wait at least longer than this year. But we don't really know how long the cycles are, whether they're 2 years, 5 years, 10 years. Back in the 60s, we had a similar pattern. Back in the 50s, similar pattern. So we'll just really, I suppose, have to wait and see.
I suppose it makes your job far tougher, but it makes your job, well, more popular. But we need you, don't we?
Yeah, that's nice to think so, yes, that's right. It does make it a bit harder, but we do pretty well these days. We've got the biggest computer in the world, virtually. And nowadays, we can do forecasts 10 or 15 days ahead. When I first joined the Met Office, 36 hours if you're lucky. And it's incredible when you think of it. To do a forecast 10 or 15 days ahead, you're actually producing weather systems out of thin air. They're not there, so the computer actually can invent them.
And we're a nation that's known to be obsessed with weather, and that's not going to stop soon, is it, by the sound of things?
Absolutely not, no.
OK, Michael Fish, thank you very much for joining us tonight.